Oh yeah. First thing on the Sunday morning, Pugsley had this last night. It's going to be, it was lively last night. We've retained it for just a couple of hours. We can get a couple of shots to see either side. Be nice. This is 36.4, first fish of the week for Pugs. He's fishing peg 1 and he's come off the island spot. To be fair, she's more behaved than I thought it was going to be.
She's going to come out. She can taste the freedom.
There she goes. Look at that, looks stunning. Absolutely stunning.
A monster from the deep.
Well done, Pugsley. Fish number 1. Sunday morning. It's 7:30 now. I had this take at 7:15. I only cast a rod out about 15-20 minutes before. I only got 2 rods out yesterday fishing, so I decided there was a lot of fish crashing near the island this morning. I had a spot out there which is plenty big enough for 2 rods, so I clipped up the 3rd rod. I had it hanging up, whacked it out there, and it's whizzed off. Another one on the hybrid dumbbells. This is fish number 1 for me. Pugsy's had one, I've had one. Not sure what else has been out yet, but it's a good start for us. Very good start. This fish is like a football. Oh. I think I'm going to get my... Oh, they're shitting out a bit of red stuff, that. It's fucking top heavy. Really top heavy, that thing. Like a fish though, isn't it?
It's a lovely looking fish.
How much did you get that? I tell you what, it's a big frame, this fish. It looks big, it looks really big.
I wonder who's been eating your dad's bait. Is he fishing red?
But we're all on hybrid. 3 of us are on hybrid. Just watch the camera, so you can go further out and just zoom in if you want. Put it down. Pugs. Don't know how it will take, mate. Good morning. It's Sunday the 8th of June. We're on Island Lake in France. It's a lovely water, about 3.5 hours I think it is from Calais. I've actually fished here before for a week, had a few out, but we've got a full lake booking. So there's 10 of us on here this week. A bit of a full house, but that's the way it is. Drew for swims yesterday. Me and Pugsley have drawn in pegs 1 and 2. Pugsley's in peg 1, which is where I fished before. I'm in peg 2. Yesterday was a bit of a disaster day. It was red hot, so it was hard work anyway. I really struggled yesterday to find my spots. It's gone 10 o'clock before I even set the pivot up last night. So, but anyway, we had 2 rods out each last night because I just didn't have time to find a 3rd spot each. And then Pugsley had one during the night. He's got a rod towards the corner of the island, fished about 30 feet off it, and that's rattled off this morning about 3 o'clock this morning. And he had a 36.4 mirror, lovely fish, first fish of the week. So we woke up this morning, done a few photos, we left it in a retainer for a couple of hours, and there was a lot of fish crashing everywhere. Open water in front of the islands, down into the bay to the left, down to the bay to the right. So I thought, I can't sit here with a spare rod just sitting there. So what I did is I clipped up my 3rd rod at the same distance as my rod towards the island, which is about 78 yards, which leaves me about 40 feet short of the island. It's just the other side of the weed. There's solid weed, and then it just goes clear, and it ramps up towards the island. So I've clipped up there because I know it's clear and I know there's plenty of room for 2 rods. I've wagged it out there, and 20 minutes, half hour later, it's rattled off. I've had a 43.4 mirror, which is the one you see earlier. So happy days. I'm off the mark. Me and Pugsley both had one each. I think we're the only people to have something yet so far. But yeah, it's good. We had a fish each. It's only Sunday. We're on here till next Saturday, so we're on here for a week. Conditions are looking good. Yesterday was red hot. It was about 30 degrees yesterday. Just it's horrible for fishing. Today, really overcast this morning, and it's been raining now. And we had a big shower after Pugsley had that fish last night, and then it started raining again about half hour ago, I suppose. And it's bouncing down at the moment, which is perfect conditions. See the odd fish still topping out, but it does look very good for a fish. I haven't touched the other 2 rods since they went out last night. They're going to stay in for a little bit longer, probably at least till lunchtime. Put the other rod, the fish on, back out to the same spot, put a little bit more bait out there, and just see what happens. It's 10 to 11, Sunday. There's been 3 fish out so far. One of the other boys had a 35 common last night, so it's good going for here for the first night. It went red hot just after its shower earlier. It went really hot, hence why I'm in no t-shirt. It's still pretty warm, but the cloud cover's coming over, which looks pretty good. It's due to stay pretty hot for the next few days, and then cooling down slightly with a few thunderstorms. I think Monday night, Tuesday. Hopefully they're right. We had a big thunderstorm last night. It looks good. We haven't seen anything crashing this morning. We left the rods out still since from last night, but gonna leave it till probably early afternoon, mid-afternoon, get back out in the boat. I'm pretty happy with 2 of my spots. One obviously I've caught on, and the other spot I've led it around near it, and it's a lovely little clear spot in amongst weed. It's only a small spot, maybe the size of what I'm looking at. And then I've just got to find a spot for my 3rd rod. There's a lovely bit of clay, soft clay, but Mick said that you will get them off the clay. They like feeding on the clay spots, so I'm going to go back out and find that. There's no weed there, it's just clay, and it's around, and the whole area around it's quite weedy. Pugsley caught, where are we? Let's try and show you. Pugsley caught his fish. You might be able to see it from here. The last tree on the island, in line with the last tree on the island, about 30 feet short of that. It's weed, and then all of a sudden, like all the way around the island, it's weedy, and then the last 30-40 feet it shelves up. It's like a sandy bank. He had his fish off that, which we know produces fish because it produced a couple of fish last week, and I think a few fish the week before. His middle rod is towards sort of the light tree that's in the water, at probably about 80 yards from here. It's a spot that I caught fish from before. It's a little bit more weed than it was when I fished it, and so we're going to see how clear it is when he retrieves. But it felt pretty clear with the prodding stick. And then we're going to find him a 3rd spot, which I think we're going to go. If I remember rightly, there used to be a lovely little clear spot off this margin, off these trees. But I don't know, a couple of rod lengths, 2-3 rod lengths off the trees. We see a couple of fish bosh there this morning. So Pugsy's put a lead out there, but it's a bit hit and miss because there's so much weed out here. So we're going to try and find him a spot out there. And then for me, you see the 2 marks there, that's my boundary marks. 2 big taller trees in the background behind the boundary marks. I'm casting towards them, and I'm about 40 feet short of the island. So it's about 80 yards from here. And I didn't put a lot of bait out last night, to be honest. Probably a dozen whole baits and about maybe 2 dozen chop baits, all 80mm hybrids. And I probably put a little bit more out just before dark with a throwing stick. And that's where I had the fish from this morning. There's 2 rods out there at the moment. That's where I had the fish from, because I haven't found a 3rd spot yet. But I found a spot which is almost towards sort of 7 and 8, which is that clay spot, which I'm going to go back out and try and have a look for later. And my other spot is just to the right hand side of peg 5, which is that one you can see there. It comes up slightly. There's supposed to be a plateau out there. I couldn't really find a lot of difference in height, but it's definitely that little nice little hard spot out there. It's 40 yards from here, so it's only short. I don't really know. I know the plateau's in that direction. I don't know how far out the plateau is. So, like I said, we was running out of time yesterday, so it was a matter of just finding a couple of half decent spots. But I'm pretty happy with the spot I'm on out there. It's a lovely little hard patch about the size of an unhooking mat, and it's weedy all around it. I'm pretty sure that I might, if this fish comes in this bay, that it's going to produce fish. So, anyways, going to keep at it. Hopefully it stays overcast and it gives us a chance for fish today. 9 Sunday. It's been another really hot day, about 30 degrees. Apart from the rain we had this morning, it's just been high pressure, all sun and roasting. It's been a bit unbearable, to be honest. A bit too hot, and nothing's been out today, which is not really surprising. Finally got the rods sorted out. Got them all in decent spots now. Yesterday was a bit of a rush job. Found a couple of decent spots, and then we needed to find more spots for the other rods, so we've now done that. Me and Pugsley have both got rods back in the same spots we had fish off last night. My middle rod is on a plateau. When you're out in the boat you can see it quite clearly. It's just really just glows. Where everything around it is was dark with a weed. And then I found me on my right hand rod a nice little clear spot in amongst weed. It's quite a small spot, that one, so we'll see how that one goes. It might be a little bit difficult to keep trying to put it back on the spot, but I can't seem to find anything else a little bit better, so I think it'll produce fish. It's just going to be quite difficult to keep getting it back on the same spot all the time, because it is a small spot. Pugsley's got one off the island. We had his fish yesterday, and then he's got two sort of to the left of that, sort of in between the channel between the bay and the back of the island. A couple of nice little clear spots. These spots look pretty good, nice and hard. They're all firm. So yeah, we just put a little bit of hybrid out. I'm on chops, and Pugsley's doing a mixture of 14s and 18s. See how we get on. A lot of fish have been crashing down the other end. In front of Dad in peg 13 and Wayne's in 12. There's a lot of fish crashing in front of them too. But we didn't see nothing here until this morning. So we'll see what tonight brings. Fingers crossed. No, he's got that pipe thing.
There's somebody go around there, have a look. I don't smoke cigarettes.
No.
No, he's definitely smoking it. There's the patch tobacco on the floor.
Look at your line.